UFG family, what up, doe? What up, doe? Welcome to the crib. Welcome to the UFG podcast, y'all. So today, as you can see, I have my beautiful bride with me as my co-host.
Hello, everybody.
And my bride, Lily. And we're going to discuss a topic that's pretty hot in the sneaker community right now. And it's a topic that I've seen Cam Newton. For those who don't know Cam Newton, Heisman Trophy. Did he win the Heisman? Well, I know he won the national championship when he was with Auburn. Played in the NFL for quite some time. No Super Bowl rings, but he went to the Super Bowl, took the Carolina Panthers to the Super Bowl. They lost against the Broncos that year. And I think that was, 2013 or 14?
I don't even know.
You get lost when it comes to football, huh?
Like,
she can keep up with the basketball finals, but the football Super Bowl, she'd be
I
like
to watch it, and I root for.
And that's the Super Bowl when we lived in San Bernardino, when we had that apartment.
That's right. Yep,
you know what I'm saying? San Bernardino.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to Cam Newton. Cam Newton had made a statement that if you're over 30, you shouldn't be wearing J's. So, of course, you know that. I'm 45, so you know it hit my heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a 2-part series. Today is part 1, and we're going to get Lily's point of view, and we're going to have her side of it, with Lily not being that much, and it's not
newbie in the sneaker game.
Yeah, and it's not to downgrade you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to downgrade you, make you feel like, oh well, because you got these YouTubers. Oh, I've been collecting since I've been doing this since
none of that over here. No, I'm a newbie to the shoe game. I'm a newbie to as far as the sneaker collecting world. Thanks to you. So yeah, I feel like my perspective and my take on this topic can kind of give a little insight.
Really dope. And from a female perspective too, and although there are tons of female sneaker collectors that got a lot of sneaks and been collecting for a long, long time. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I guess they got to throw all that away, since if those who are over 30, then
you feel me? Like, and then so just to kind of preface it, when we talk about sneaker collecting, right? We got the reason why I call him Big Bro. Mm-hmm. I call this man Big Bro, and I appreciate him. Jumpman Bostic, Mark Bostic. Yeah. Right? Jumpman Bostic is from Detroit, right? Yeah, he lives in the Detroit metropolitan area.
I met him at SneakerCon.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We both met. That's the first time I ever met him, last year, SneakerCon, 2023.
Yeah.
But ever since then, he's been so... Yeah, super dope guy. Ever since then, he shows a lot of support to the page. Mm-hmm. He's liking stuff. He comments. He shows a lot of support, right? And if you ever see this, Mark Jumpman, thank you so much. You so dope, bro. This dude is so inspiring, man. Like, I think he's got maybe I want to say 1,500 pair of shoes. Wow. So when he does unboxings, he has a YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all check him out, Jumpman Bostic. When he does unboxing, he numbers it. So I think the last one I seen, it was 14 something, but I think he cracked 15.
Okay.
So 1,500 pairs of sneakers, bro. That's a lot. And if you see his setup, his whole basement is dedicated to that, which is so dope. It's super dope. A dream. So yeah, that's give me goosebumps. Man, one day, you know what I'm saying? So, but I want to give Jumpman Bostic his flowers, because Jumpman Bostic know Dame. I grew up with Dame, D-Jack brother. Yeah. I grew up with Dame. Oh,
that's right. You guys did bring that up.
I grew up with Dame, and I think him and Dame knew each other because Dame used to be a cop back in the early 2000s. Okay. So I think they both was on the force together.
Right.
So that's pretty dope that we had, small world ties like that. Right. So, but to give him his flowers, man. This dude has opened the door for sneaker collecting. He's been there. Yeah. And then he's gracious and humble and in tune enough to communicate with others out there. He's not too big, right? He could carry himself that way.
Yeah.
He's done a lot, man.
Yeah.
And, Jordan Brand knows him. He's done a whole lot, right? So he could hold himself up like some of these cats do.
Yeah.
And hey, trust me, I'm out here. I'm outside. You feel me? I'm outside. So I know these cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm always outside. So I know these cats in this world, right?
Yeah.
And some of these cats are they think they larger than life. And it's no, bro. No.
It ain't about the followers you got. It ain't about how many shoes you got. It's about how you carry yourself and how you treat other people.
Bro, it's just about the culture.
Yeah.
It ain't about you. It's about the culture, right?
Right.
So Again, giving Jumpman Bostic his flowers, I wanted to say thank you because he's one of the ones that inspires me to continue on. Mm-hmm. And, you know, hopefully soon I can do something with him. He already told me, he gave me the okay, but I'm like, because in my eyes, he is somebody that's up there. So I don't want to waste his time and I don't want to just throw something. So
you want to be prepared.
I'm putting it together, my man. I'm putting it together. So we're going to be prepared, but he already gave me the okay, the nod. So that shows me I'm doing where I'm supposed to do and I'm at where I should be at. So, yeah. But anyway, so I bring Jumpman Bostic up because he lets it be known. He just did a little segment, I think on Complex magazine. He did a segment and they were covering his J's and his collection. And, you know, with his vast collection, Mark Bostic is, I think he's 60 or 61. Mm-hmm. Yeah. MJ is 61, I think. MJ is 61. So, you know what I'm saying? He's still wearing sneaks like crazy. Yeah. So I bring that up to kind of put it in context when Cam Newton
said something
crazy like, oh, you shouldn't be over 30 wearing J's. Like, what are we going to wear, bro? Oh, he want everybody to dress like him, right? With the farmer's hat. Look. And the dreads come out the top and my yoga pants, big 6'5", 6'6", 230, muscle bound meathead dude with some tight yoga pants on. Like with some
thing I want to take advice from is somebody who dresses like that.
Yeah, bro. He the
and
last
that's just
one.
My opinion though, because I know other people like how he dresses.
Exactly. And people may say, oh, it's couture. Oh, it's fashion. Oh, it's this. Beauty is in
the eye of the beholder.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you like this, just because it's a high price tag on it, that don't make it fashion, bro.
No, it don't. Look at Balenciaga
You feel me? Like, come on, man. But they go out there and they run and go buy it. They'll run and go buy it. With the child allegations and everything, they'll run and go buy Balenciaga. They'll run and buy it. But let Armand Manir make a $1,500 varsity jacket. Oh, my God. How is that too much? How's he spending that much? But you will pay $400 for a Gucci belt. Right. But whatever. Hey, let's get back to the topic. Reel it in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Reel it in. That's on me. But at the same time, I don't want no advice from Cam Newton on fashion, on how he dresses. I don't care that it costs $1,500 for your shirt and $2,000 for your skin tight yoga pants, and you like 6'5", 260, 1% body fat. Like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Yeah. Like, dude, dress like a wrestler. Like, dude, just like a WWE character. But you telling people on what they should be wearing. So this is my thing right here, dog. Oh, God. And Cam is not, Cam, you know, I respect his football game. Yeah. He's a great football player.
We'll talk about football
right?
with Cam.
Great. He was a great football player, right? For the Carolina Panthers. Right. Not so much when he left. But Carolina Panther years, he was rookie of the year. Cam was that guy. I was a big fan of Cam Newton coming out of college. He went to Auburn. They won a national championship his last year before he left. He came into the NFL, lit the NFL up. You know, big guy who can run and throw. All right, dope, good. Okay, now that that's all out the way. He can't dress to save his life, right?
Just because you got money.
Just because you got money and you think, you know, because you know what it is, right? These athletes, some. Mm-hmm. I'll say some, because athletes like DeMar DeRozan. DeMar, I know your brother. Shout out. You know, I met his brother, you know, way back when I was hanging out with Josh, you know, my best man from Norway. Yeah. So I met DeMar's brother. What was his name? I forgot his name. But anyway, I ain't even gonna go down that road right now. But DeMar DeRozan, the way he dressed. He dressed like us, right? Just
casual.
He's you know, super casual, graphic T-shirts, some cool kicks. He loves Kobe's. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's all he wears when he hoops. He hoops in Kobe's. But outside of that, he's a Nike head. You know, he's always got some either J's or some Nikes on. Who else, man? That dress? PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker dressed cool.
Oh yeah, he got.
You know what I'm saying?
He'd be on the court with some Dior's on.
Yeah, he be hooping in Dior, some Off-Whites. He don't care, but that's what they fold.
I know, I love it.
You know, and a lot of these collab shoes, like Off-Whites, they kind of sacrifice the performance because it's a lifestyle. It's more on a lifestyle side. So they'll sacrifice some of the performance aspects of the shoe, you know, and protection around the ankle, you know, all that. They'll sacrifice that for aesthetics, right? Yeah. So, but, you know, it's a couple of athletes and celebrities just on that whole spectrum that can dress.
Yeah.
That just has their own style. They have their own identity, right? You can tell like, oh, that was cool, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to, you know, salute. At the end of the day, you think about it, these celebrities, actors, you know, that's on that big spectrum, that got all this money and fame and prestige. Mm-hmm. These guys, they have no style. So they listen to a stylist, right? So the stylist is the one where you get so much money now, you don't go in your closet and dress yourself no more. Right. You so beyond reality because you have this power and this money and you got somebody to pick your clothes out and lay it on your bed for you, just like, you know, your mama used to do you back in the day. Pick your clothes out, lay it on the bed for you, and put your accessories, your jewelry, your watch, and all that. And they'll lay it down, your shoes and everything next to you. And then they jump in it and go on the red carpet, go down the tunnel pregame. No questions asked. No questions asked, right? And these same stylists be the ones that's telling LeBron James, hey, you look good in that purse. Wear that purse with that. Hey, that purse is dope. It's Gucci. Oh, yeah. it's not a purse. It's a man bag. No, it's a purse. Men don't wear purses. Hey, I'm old school, okay? So we just gonna keep it that. So Cam want to talk about 30, you shouldn't be wearing J's over 30. Well, Cam, you are a man, right? A man. He's human, a human man. You should never wear a purse. Forget J's. Purse. Why you wearing purses, bro? Like, stop wearing purses. Don't do that. That's not cool. J's, all right, I'm like Jumpman Bostic. I'm gonna wear J's all the way until I'll probably be in my casket with a pair of J's on. You feel me? Like, straight up. Like, it, you know, but at the end of the day, man, it's like, you guys don't listen to these just because they got celebrity status, just because they were like mega athletes. Don't go with what they say, right? Don't just listen to it. Like, have your own identity. So when you hear we kind of prefaced the episode with you not being, you know, not growing up in the sneakers like that, but you had a love for, because you in the episode 0 when you told about your love about the Vans. Yeah. And remember, you know, your mom got you not the Vans, but the bands. You know what I'm saying? She got you the Ans.
They were called Airwalks, I think.
Or the Cans.
And what was the brand from Payless? Was it Airwalk?
No, I don't know.
I think it was called
To be honest, I don't know. It could have been, because I remember Airwalk. Yeah. I do remember Airwalk. I didn't know that Airwalk. Well, see, I was never into that. You know, Vans, skateboard had like their own shoes.
Version of Converse, and they had their own version of Vans.
Yeah,
and my mom would always get.
So she got you the Cans. She didn't get her the Vans. She got her the Cans.
Yeah.
But you had a love for sneakers in a certain aspect, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear things like, and you're very much in the sneaker world now. Yeah. You know, you will catch. You know, I keep my lady right, and then she just went off and she do her own thing. You know, she got alma She got, you know, my little, you know, she got a nice, you know, yeah, she nice. Yeah. She keep it together. But at the end of the day, so now that you very much is alive into this world, into this community, and you speak the language, you understand what's going on. How does that make you feel personally from a female perspective and from a newer collector perspective, that you hearing dudes say, oh, if you over 30, you shouldn't be wearing J's? Like,
look, the way I feel personally is, look, the last advice that I will ever take from somebody is telling me what to wear or what not to wear.
Yeah, man.
So whether it comes from somebody like Cam Newton or it comes from Joe Blow down the street, I'm not taking their advice whatsoever.
We ain't listening to that no way.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but where I can, I guess, comment on just the general statement, it doesn't matter who says it, it's insulting, because it's like, it's kind of, you're putting like a classist attitude to it. You can only be this type of person to have this kind of things.
It's so
but
ridiculous.
Once you cross that threshold, you can no longer be a part of this circle over here.
Right, it's ridiculous.
So it promotes exclusion. It promotes something that it's like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this and nobody else can have it. That selfishness as well. So, you know, comments like that obviously it don't faze me. It shouldn't faze anybody else, really. And at the same time, though, it's a little like, man, why would you have to say something like that? You know, like, you have young people who look up to you, and people will think the world of Cam Newton, right? Oh, that's their idol. That's their person. That's their favorite football player, their favorite celebrity. And he says something like that, and they're 29 years old. Dang, I got to go throw away all my J's because Cam Newton says not to wear J's.
Cam said it.
So with that kind of celebrity power, if you will, you have to be careful about what you say, how you say it, when you say it, everything. You have to make sure that it's a filter, and you have to think on that like an instinct, and that's what PR people do, right? Yeah, PR people are the ones that be like, look, you got to work on your PR. No, but see,
he's saying this from a podcast. And, you know, everybody's doing podcasts now because it's freedom of speech.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, you're still, just because it's freedom of speech doesn't mean that you could just say whatever.
But you have to care.
Right.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think he cares.
What you saying is coming from a person who cares.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking about other people and knowing your message, you have a platform, and you can affect people with every single word you say. He don't care.
Because he feels like he's on that.
Because he wears tights. He's 6'5", 240, wear tights.
Hold on, let me finish.
And he wear a purse.
When you're that high in that celebrity status, you feel untouchable. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what you say. Yeah. You're going to say what's on your mind because you feel like there could be no repercussions from that. Yeah. But when you have people like you who really care about what he says because it affects you personally.
Yeah, and I care about the community.
You know? It's like, it's a trigger. It's like, wait, hold on. Who are you to say something like that?
Yeah, and I have to be one of the ones. And I like I said in my rant on Nicholas James Wrong, you know, Tom Green. You know what I'm saying?
Backwards man.
The backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man. You know, I feel like I said in that video, I'll die on this hill, man. This is our community, right? And we have to stand up. And there are voices in the community that speak up. You know, you got my man Dre the Shoe Guy. Dre the Shoe Guy, he speaks up. He's very unfiltered. Like, you better be of age to watch his content. But he has great points. He makes some great points. I think he's from Chicago. You got a lot of people that's in the game that will speak up, right? But you got a lot that will acquiesce and just kind of like, oh, well, I'm in this corner doing my own little thing. I'm okay. No, this is a community. If you're a part of the community, and then that's what it come with, right? You know, stand up and say something, because I'm not just going to let you dog out something that, you know, like Nick Wright made all these crazy accusations on Michael Jordan, but turns around and wear J's. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, really, what are you doing? You're banned from wearing J's. And we're going to push this movement, push this envelope. Nick Wright cannot wear Jordans ever. He cannot wear Jordans until he gets on national TV and apologize to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He cannot wear anything with a Jumpman logo. I don't care if it's the Jordan Nothings, like the team Jordans that nobody wears. You know what I'm saying? That's in Foot Locker right now. He can't wear nothing with a Jumpman logo on it, right? He can wear whatever he wants but that, because he talks so much trash about MJ and then turn around and wearing this stuff. You're a culture vulture. You know J's was hot. So you gonna wear it. So reel it in, like she said. So, because, you know, I can get on that subject, boy. But
it's still fresh, guys.
But yeah, it's still fresh. I just filmed that video yesterday, so that's why it's still fresh.
The wound is still barely scabbing, and he's already picking at it.
Yeah, ain't even no pus came out yet. It's still bleeding, bro. So anyway,
back to the
Cam, his platform. You got to think about it, man. He's got a podcast, and his podcast is for adults only, right? Kids. And younger people should not be watching the Cam Newton podcast. I seen some clips of Krishan Rock. She was on there, like, I'm just saying,
I can get the gist.
Gets pretty vulgar, right? It gets risque.
Yeah,
it gets risque on. So he doesn't care, right? Yeah. He's going to put out what he wants because that's what he want to do, and he has that right. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what Cam wants to do. That's what Cam want to do. But when you start telling people and pushing your agenda on people, oh, you shouldn't wear J's until you want a bunch of men walking around looking like you? Like, what? You want all men to wear tights and purse and clothing that you can't pronounce and you can't afford. Like, man, do you, bro? You do you over there, right? Yeah. So my thing with the whole thing, right, where I come in at, I'm 45, right? I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So I was a young person in the 80s. I was born in 78. So I was young in the 80s. But, you know, you start coming into your own around 12, 13, you know, around then you develop who you are, what you like. And so that's the 90s. That's for me, right? Sneaker collecting really started with MJ. MJ made it cool to collect sneakers.
A lot of people's inspiration to start.
Come on, bro. Like, his shoes was the reason why we collect sneakers, right? The 90s is the reason why in 2024 we're collecting sneakers, right? You got Jordan 1s came out in 84. We in 2024. How long is that? That's 40 years.
40 years. Yeah.
That's 40 years, and that shoe is still relevant.
Yeah.
It is still relevant today. That's because that's when the culture started. So if you grew up under that umbrella, that bubble of that culture, if you grew up in the beginning of that, of course you're going to collect sneakers and wear J's well past your 30s.
Right.
Well past your 40s. Like Jumpman Bostic in your 50s.
That's the demographic of
that's where it started.
People who grew up with Jordan and watching him. Yes, that's the demographic. And
Cam is what? Cam is 35. May 11th, 1989.
So
he's 35.
10 years younger than you.
Yeah. Yep.
So in the last 5 years, if we catch him we're going to do some Google search.
Yeah, I bet not catch him with no J's on in the last 5, but you won't. He going to be wearing some, because he was Under Armour, so, you know, he.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Never mind.
And that's another thing.
He was with Under Armour.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. Like, I'm not trying to attack him, but I'm going to talk about his fashion. You know, that's not, you know, his fashion is an expression of him or who he is, but really his fashion is an expression of who he hired as his stylist.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not even him.
Yeah.
So his fashion is whack, bro. Like, nobody wants to dress like Cam Newton, bro. Cam Newton has not done anything.
Because Under Armour didn't become the brand.
Yeah, Under Armour didn't become what they sold him when he signed that junk. And he looking at Nike like, dang. I could have signed with Nike. But he got a bunch of money from Under Armour. You know, hey, it is what it is. But when we come into all the money, Cam is way more successful in the money side than me. And he's, you know, he's more fit,
we've
more in shape.
We've established that a lot more people have a lot more money and status than we do. This is our little podcast.
Hey, this is our world, though. When you come in this world, I'm the king. You know what I'm saying? No, but back to it, though. You know, when you get to that side of it, to your fashion, nobody likes your fashion. Nobody ever said, oh, Cam be having that on, you know? No.
If they do, they lying.
If they do, because they into that weird part of fashion, lying. You know? And I'm not knocking that part. That part of fashion is weird to me when the lines get blurred on men and women's wear. Like men wearing dresses. Men wearing, well, not full dress. Well, yeah. Who was that had a full dress on? Tyrese. Remember, he had that full dress on one of them awards, bro.
I don't even know.
He had a full dress on, like a dress. This is a bald-headed man he's in his 40s. Tyrese, like my age, bro. God. He wore a full dress. Then you got different guys wearing skirts. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's one thing for it to be cultural, like kilts. You know, the Irish culture.
If you Scottish, hey,
and you know, hey,
a kilt is not a skirt though.
Right.
A kilt is a kilt.
Kilt is a kilt, but
I'm talking about tennis skirts with the frizzy and you spin around and it's like, woo.
You know, people say, look, you got to be, what is it? You have to be very confident in your masculinity to wear something like that.
No, bro.
And hey, look, I'm not even going to comment on that because look, you get canceled in a minute.
You get canceled and that's a rabbit hole. So we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but what I'm trying to say is that part of fashion where the lines are blurred.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird to me. Mm-hmm. And it's not knocking anybody else, right? It's not knocking, you know, people. At the
end of the day, it's just clothes.
That enjoys it.
You know,
right.
It's just clothes. We're just talking about clothes.
Your preference in clothes, your preference in lifestyle, that's on you, man.
Yeah.
Here, we don't judge that. That's between you and your family and your background and whoever in your corner. That's y'all thing. But over here, we can speak for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't rock that over here, dog. Cam, what you wear is whack, bro. Nobody wants to dress like you, man. Mm-mm. Nobody wants to wear your shoes if you had them or whatever. Nobody wants to wear them. So don't dog people out for wearing J's if they over the age of 30. Right. When everybody over the age of 30 grew up in the Jordan era. So it makes sense for everybody over the age of 30 to wear Jordans because you can remember when MJ jumped from the line in the threes, right? The white cement threes. You can remember that dunk contest where him and Dominique Wilkins went head up. I'm talking about head up All-Star Weekend in Chicago. Y'all see, I remember watching that live when Dominique did the windmill and he going crazy. MJ legs looking like liquid while he in the air like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know that. You feel me? Like, Cam, you're 39. You were born in 89. So you were born a year after that happened. So you don't even know that era, bro. So that's why it doesn't compute, right? It doesn't compute to him because he wasn't there. Right. He don't know it. So when you didn't grow up in the Jordan era, you don't remember the shoes he wore. Like, why do I love the white Fire Red 5 so much?
Isn't that his career high?
69 points and 18 rebounds, bro. I watched that game.
Got that one right.
I watched that game, bro. I watched that game. Gerald Wilkins thought he can guard Michael Jordan. Mike was like, okay, watch this. Gerald Wilkins, Dominique's brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't know that in 1990 because you were one, Cam Newton. You wouldn't know that. So you don't recognize the significance of wearing the Fire Red 5s. Oh, those MJ scored his career high in those. Right? You wouldn't know the significance in wearing I ain't got them down here. You wouldn't know the significance in wearing the shot, the fours.
The fours, yeah.
The bread fours. He wouldn't know the significance of that because that was 1989. He was about 6 months old when that happened. He wouldn't know that though.
You're right.
You feel me?
How can you? How dare you have the audacity to say that those people who lived through those moments, people like you who lived through those moments, shouldn't be wearing them in this age? Because
you everybody, too old.
40s, they're in their 40s, 50s.
He wants you to
60s.
wear those Birkenstock sandals with the with socks on with them. The church socks. You pull them all the way up and have some keys and get you a soda out of there. Go on with yours. He wants you to dress like that. Like, no, bro. We grew up in the 90s era. This is our era, bro.
If you have your preference and style, just stay there.
Just stay in your lane, bro. Stay there. That's my thing. I cannot stand, even on the sneaker community front, right? When you got these guys that's like, oh, don't buy these shoes. Like, me and Buck joke about it, but I'm going to say his name, Tony D2 Wild. Tony D2 Wild, I used to love this guy. He was one of my inspirations. You remember, I used to watch all his content, right? Mm-hmm. But he lost me where I stopped rocking with Tony D2 Wild is when, I started noticing little stuff like he'll say little stuff that's like, that kind of puts him on an elevated platform and try to be above the community. And it was kind of like little red flags here and there. But then when he was going over shoes, like overhyped shoes or something like that. And he was talking about the Black is the Blueprint, the Jordan 12, what you got, the 12, I'm near 12s. Right. He was like, oh my God, this shoe, he had the shoe in his hand. He was like, the materials is great. The colorway is great. The silhouette is great. The story behind it is amazing. Didn't even know how to spell near. He called James Whitaker, but whatever, do your homework. But anyway, he like, yeah, this is great. That is great. But the resale value has dropped on it. So it's an overrated shoe. Like, what? That disconnected me right there. That was like, to me,
unplugged.
It was like, yeah, I'm done, bro. Like when you do stuff like that and it's unapologetic and hey, much success to him. He doing his thing. He got a platform. He got people that listen to him. That's good. He doing his thing, man. But I'd much rather rock with his boy, Bullet RC. I rock with Bullet RC over Tony D2. Like I still watch Bullet RC content. Mm-hmm. But Tony D2, I'm straight. I'm straight on dude, man. And it's like nothing personal. When you're when you have that platform and you're spitting that venom out to the people. Then now people who really trying to get into the community because they're younger, and it's not their fault they couldn't grow up in the 90s. It's not their fault they didn't grow up in the 80s, you know? So when they're young and they just want to be a part of this community, which we welcome everyone.
Them. Yeah, and you're stopping
them. You're polluting them. You're tainting them. You're telling them it's not about the shoe that you love, man. It's about the value. No, it's not. It's not about the resale value of the shoe. It's about the shoe, the story behind everything that he said that led up to the value. Right. That's what it's about. Right. The silhouette, the storyline, the materials used, even all of that.
James himself, he's a person who does so much for the community. So anything he creates, if you can afford it, you can afford it.
It should be.
But if you could even go as low, if you will, just liking a photo on the Whitaker Group page or Armand Manir page that shows that you show support for him.
For him, right.
That, you know, you don't have to spend the $1,500 for the jacket if you can't afford that. But you can show the support by even doing a like on a photo or sharing.
Or making a comment or
you know what I'm saying? So that support goes a long way. So when you have people talking this nonsense such as, oh, if you're over 30, you can't be wearing this, or, oh, the value of this shoe makes this shoe overrated shoe. When people say comments like that, like you said, we welcome everyone into this community. And I have been welcomed in this community with open arms. So it's a soft spot in my heart because it's like, I'm ready to defend this for this community just as much as you. And you've been in this community way longer than I have, you know? So at the end of the day, this community is for everyone, and comments like that shouldn't deter you from pursuing collecting or pursuing this passion or pursuing whatever it is.
It's like you're trying to when you say statements like that Cam Newton made, and you say statements like what Tony D2I said, when those kind of statements, when you make those, you're trying to neutralize the sneaker community. You're trying to put a barrier on it. Like you can't be in the sneaker community unless you're this age and this, you know, this type or this skin color, this many followers or this height or this. No, bro. There's no templates to being in the sneaker community. Yeah. If you have a genuine love for sneakers, and it doesn't have to be Jordans. That's why I say sneakers, because there's so many sneakers. You got Saucony, you got Asics, you got Reebok, you got Adidas, you got Nike, you got Jordan, you got so many. You got Hookah, you got the ones that old girl, Spider Girl, what's her name? Zendaya. She she's on that. Like you got so many different sneakers, bro. Like it's about the community, the sneakers. So it don't be like. You gotta have a pair of Jordan 3s, you know, Black Cement 3s to be able to be in the community. No, you gotta have some Jordan 1 Chicago's to be in the community. No, there's
you gotta have to
long
you
as you love
$3,000.
Yeah, right.
Shoe $3,000 shoe.
Right. You gotta have an Off-White, or you gotta have a Union, or no, you don't, bro. That's a part of it. Yeah. If you get those shoes, the Travis Scotts and the Armand Manir and the Unions, you get these different type of shoes, that's cool, good for you, right? But that doesn't mean that doesn't define you, because a lot of people who have those shoes, either A, they won't wear them, they just got them for show.
Yeah.
They're not a part of, that's not real sneaker community. You just got a shoe just to show it, like on your videos, not wearing it. Like shoes are meant to be worn, bro. Why do you think Nike and Jordan Brand are making these shoes now with aged midsoles, right?
Jordan fell.
Jordan, he jumped from the free throw line. So you got these, like, you know, I had these on yesterday. You got the 218s.
About to say, for those who can't see right now, he's showing the 218s.
The Jordan 218s, but you look at the midsole. The midsole is like an age stain, like a sale look. That's why Jordan Brand and Nike are doing these aged looks, because it gives the shoe character when you wear it. Yeah. The shoe looks better. It lasts longer. The lifespan extends when you wear it, right? So when you got these guys who get these high profile shoes, either A, to sell it. If you get a shoe just to sell it and make a profit, man, you know what? I can't say that I never did that, but if I get a high profile shoe, 9 times out of 10, what do?
You don't keep it.
I wear it.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I told myself, I was like, the Nina Chanel Abneys, I was like, them cool, but I'll pass. But I try every single raffle and every single person that I know. I'm reaching out, my little connections in my phone, and I struck out. You know what I'm saying? I struck out. But if I would have got them, I probably would have kept them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're going for $400 on a resale market in my size.
But that doesn't make them a better shoe.
Right. You know exactly. Like, that doesn't mean that that's a better shoe. Your shoe, whatever you choose to be a better shoe is your prerogative, right? Mm-hmm. It's what you want. It's what fits your style. Because everybody can't fit the same style. If we all fit the same style, then what?
What's the point of having...
There's no expression.
Yeah.
Right? That's the point of the sneaker community, is to express yourself by means of your clothing. Mm-hmm. By means of, hey, I'm wearing these shoes. No matter
how weird it could be.
Yeah. I'm wearing these shoes, but these shoes represent, like with me, when I wear certain J's, if I wear some OG, like if I wear some infrared 6s when they won their first championship, 1991, if I wear those, it's like, hey, if somebody asks me about them, those some cold 6s, which ones are those? Because that has happened. Not everybody know every silhouette and every story behind the silhouette. You can tell them like, yeah, MJ won his first ring in these and da-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my mind goes, right? Yeah. You got a lot of people who, I got to wear these Travis Scotts because
they Travis Scotts
and Travis Scott. But you can't tell me 5 songs that Travis Scott made. Yeah. You feel me? I can't tell you 5 songs that Travis Scott made.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Travis Scott fan like that, like his music. Like I know the popular ones. Cool. You know what I'm saying?
The shoe collaboration.
The shoes are dope.
And that's the
his shoes are dope. The 4s are dope. So the 6s are dope.
So when they ask you the story, like, oh, what shoes are those? It's really just because you like the Travis Scott shoes.
I just like them.
That's it.
Right? I just like them. And I think Dre, the shoe guy, made a good point. So he was saying like these, which I have the Nike 4 SBs. I think I might wear these tonight, man. After I picked them up, they look so good. So we going out later tonight as a family. But anyway, these are the Jordan 4 SBs, the Pine Greens that came out last year. And these shoes were probably my number 2 top 10 out of 2023. Mm-hmm. These are dope, bro. These are super dope. One of my favorite pairs in my collection. But there was just released, if y'all seen my other video, Jordan Brand gifted me the oxidized 4s, right? Mm-hmm. And you want to grab them? They right there. They right there, babe. Can you grab them?
Get up.
Hold on, y'all. 2 minutes later. Just grab one out of it. You ain't got to grab the whole box. Then we can do the 2 minutes. You hold that one. So
gotta put my earphone back in. Hold on, y'all.
So as you can see, like Dre the shoe guy made a good point. There's not too much different from these 2 shoes, right? Very, very similar. The construction of the shoe, the tech that's inside of the shoe. This shoe was made more for skateboarding, so it's a lot more padding and it's more reinforced and it's more flexible than the OG 4s prior to this shoe. And I think they tapped in and made the reimagined 4s. They did with this tech, and I think they did that and the military blues, the oxidized and the military blue. So my wife has a pair. I was gifted those at the Jordan Brand private event in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and the oxidized green 4s. Those are really, really dope. But everybody kind of passed on those. And Dre the shoe guy made a good point. He was like, they do smell good, don't they? These still smell good too. I think I only wore these like twice. But he was making a point that, how many people just passed on those and called those bricks, but everybody went crazy over these.
It's just a different shade of green, really.
Yeah, and they're very similar. It's a different shade of green that has that candy paint green on it. Mm-hmm. This is more of like just a regular, Philadelphia Eagles type green. And this has the gray the toe cap, the suede toe cap. This one doesn't. And then, it has the rubbery type lace eyelets up here that's connected to the waffles. Mm. That one has a leather one.
I never actually noticed that.
No, this right here.
This. Oh, yeah. This part right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is rubbery and that's leather, right? So and then the leather differences, and then that's like bright white. This is kind of a aged looking white, and you got the gum toe and the gum heel. You know what I'm saying?
I like them both.
And then the SB on the back.
I like those better, though.
These are super dope, bro.
Yeah, I think I like those better.
Yeah, of course. I do too. I like these better than those too, but those are dope, though.
Yeah, I do like these.
But
it reminds me of like a lowrider. Like the candy paint.
Oh yeah, the candy paint on the
lowrider.
Lowriders.
That's LA.
So the thing about it is, to a certain point, the sneaker community do have a disease of hype beast. I think all of us as people in the community, we all have a little bit of hype beast in us, right?
Yeah.
We all the antennas do raise up a little bit if I see some I'm near. You know, well that's
that's family.
Yeah, that's fam right there. So y'all already know. But outside of that, like, all right, if some unions come out, like with these, I'm grabbing the Union 4s right now, the Desert Moss Union 4s. And when these first came out, I was looking, me and you, we was like, I don't know about these.
Which one was the other ones that came out with those?
It was no, I know which ones you're talking about. I can't think of the name of them because the Noirs is the black, and then there was like the pinkish color ones. Those came out together, and the Desert Moss and the other ones that you really wanted came out.
Yeah, okay.
Together. So I can't. The name escapes me because my mind is on something else. But anyway, when these first came out, I'm like, I don't know. But then when I got them in hand, which I had the Noirs first, and then I got these.
I like these better than the Noirs.
You like these better? No, the Noirs. That's them my boys right there. So, but at the end of the day, man, it's like at first I ain't like them, and I'm like, but then after I got them in my hand, I'm like, these are
but
dope.
You're over 30 though, so you can't wear these.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm over 30. Boo hoo! I gotta get some tights and some Birkenstocks. So, but these were a shoe that I was like, and as a sneaker collector, we all got a little bit of hype beast in us because if this didn't have the Union tag,
that would be like a
if these exact shoes came out without the Union tag and they was just some GR Jordan 4s, these would be on the shelf right now.
Yeah.
But with them being a collab, hype beast. So all of us as sneaker collectors do have a little bit of hype beast in us, right?
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of hype beast in me because I like the hype shoes, but I don't have to have every hype shoe, right? Yeah. And I don't think every hype shoe is cold. Some of these hype shoes be whack, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole and talk about those, but I'm just saying. So, like I was saying, bro, it's so much that we have to, as the community, everybody's welcome, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to get back to that, kind of put a bow on this, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's welcome. You don't have to have a certain look. You don't have, if you love sneakers, man, and you got a genuine love to sneakers, is there some sort of attachment to sneakers? Like mine's go back to when I was a kid. I couldn't have certain shoes in school and I got teased for it, right? And then when I was able to get the shoes I wanted, I got everyone I wanted, right? Mm-hmm. So that's mine. And then I loved MJ so much. So he was my hero. I idolized MJ as a kid. So that's where my sneaker, but we still got other shoes like the DT96s. You know what I'm saying? Those are the Diamond Turfs, the Deion Sanders. Mm-hmm. Deion is my favorite football player of all time, right? So when they drop those, yeah, I want those. Mm-hmm. You know, the Air Flight Hirachis, the Fab Five Hirachis. 90s, that's 90s era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot, kind of going back to the comment you made about not being able to afford those shoes. Mm-hmm. I mean, we both know, we both had a taste of, we couldn't afford it ourselves.
Yeah,
or
as
our
adults,
parents
yeah.
couldn't afford it. And it's kind of like healing that inner child
mm-hmm.
away, you know, when hey, this, I can finally spend my money mm-hmm. the way that I want to spend my money, within reason, of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I think for me, as far as sneaker collecting goes, I think a lot of it was because I couldn't afford it. Two, I didn't really care for sports like that when I was younger. Mm. But also, like now as an adult, I'm still finding my own personal self-expression mm-hmm. style, my own. I know what I like to see, mm-hmm. but that's different when I see it on me. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I like seeing certain different styles, and I'll try it on, but I'm like, I don't really like how this looks, or
I've been there.
I don't like how this, it's not flattering to me or whatever. So I'm still, these years later, still finding my style. So when it comes to sneakers, I'm like, I like that. Or no, I don't really like that. And sometimes I don't even know if I like it or not, and that's why I be telling you, like, I leave the decision up to you.
Yeah, dog.
When you want to give me a gift, dog. I'm like, look, you know what I genuinely like. I want to know what I don't like.
Y'all comment down below, y'all that's married or you have a significant other. And if you're in the sneakers or she in the sneakers, vice versa, whatever it is, y'all comment down below when you want to get them something, because you kind of feel bad. Y'all know I invest a lot, right? I spend a lot of money on shoes, not on per shoe, but if you count them all together,
yeah,
I spend some dollars on some shoes. Now, retail cops, by the way. But let me know down below if it's hard for y'all to pick out shoes for your significant other, because this is what messed her up, right? Because I would just go out and get it, right?
Yes, that's what I'm asking you to do.
This is what messed her up. I'm gonna tell you what she messed up at. I think I was gonna get her. I forget what shoes I was gonna get you. I forgot what shoes I was gonna get her, and I wanted to surprise her, so I asked her. I'm like, "What do you think of these?" She was like, "Nah, I don't like those." So it was like, "Oh. Nope, I ain't getting no damn."
But he doesn't get it though. Don't tell me. Don't ask me.
But I'm not gonna buy you nothing that you don't like.
Like I said, okay, look.
When it comes to sneakers, I buy what I just don't buy sneakers just for the heck of it. Now I do impulse here and there, but I'm getting better with that. But at the end of the day, I get shoes that I really want to add to my collection.
See, but that's where I have a problem, because it's like some of the time, maybe 7 times out of the 10 times, I don't even really know if I like them or not. I don't know. I'll probably lean more towards like, I don't know. But then if I have them in hand, or if they're a gift, I probably would like them more.
Yeah, so the last couple pairs, so I got you the Big Bubble Air Max 1s, right?
I love those shoes, by the way.
But you was kind of on the fence when I'm like, you like those?
But you got them for me, and look how I reacted.
Shout out to 218. I went down to 218 and grabbed them. Alex sold them to me.
But you got them for me, and I ended up, when I seen them in hand, I'm like, dang, I like these. But when you first showed them on the phone, I was like,
she was on the fence, right? And then I was at the Nike store one day on my lunch break. Just went down to the Nike store, walking around random day, just see what they had, see if I could catch something. They ain't had nothing for me, but I went downstairs in the women's section and they had the Armor 12s. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, and they was on sale for $100. They was $100. And normally in her size, they $160.
Yeah.
And I hit her up. I'm like, hey, they got these Armor 12s, black is the blueprint, the black ones. You want them? She like, and she like, yeah, she's going back. I'm like, all right, well, I ain't gonna get them. She like, all right, just get them. Go ahead. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, it's like,
see, one thing
I want to get her things she really wants. I don't just want to get you whatever, right? I don't
know what I want.
But that's where you gotta, that's where it comes in, the hard part come in. You gotta know what you want.
I don't know.
And you gotta define your style.
We need to do an episode about like how well we know each other.
Yeah, that might be good. How well do you know your spouse? And then, or maybe you can dress like Cam. Cam Newton style fit you better than it fit me. You look good in tights. You know what I'm saying? You look good with a purse on. I don't know about the hat and the dreads. We can't do the hat and the dreads. But tights and the purse, you could do that. You can do it with a pea coat. You know what I'm saying? With the purse.
We gotta get going because we got a date tonight.
Yeah, we got a family date. We're going to see Inside Out 2. If y'all seen it, comment down below. Tell me if y'all seen it, man. We about to go see that tonight with a bunch of our friends and other families that has kids that's young like ours. But anyway, to wrap it up, man, I just really want to say, all jokes aside, much respect to Cam Newton, from a football player standpoint. But at the end of the day, dog, nobody want to dress like you, bro. Nobody wants to look like you. Nobody's trying to get they style. I mean, nobody on a large demographic, right? Maybe the people that's closest to you, maybe your kids look up to how you dress and whatever. I don't know. but nobody really want to look like that, bro. And then to everybody else, man, it's nothing wrong. Stand outside. Like real quick story time. When I grabbed the Jordan 17 Lightnings, right? As y'all know, I got, I didn't have to wait in line to get mine, but I still got them for retail. But to the release, Ro allowed me to go down there, and I was interviewing some of the guys that copped them. I guarantee you that dude Corey, and I can't think of the second dude named Latino guy with the long braids.
Oh, and he collects jerseys.
Yeah. I guarantee both of them was over 30. I guarantee you. But it's like, oh, I'm not waiting outside for no shoes. I'm over 30. Good. That's another pair for me. Stay home.
And, I mean, with somebody in your stature, you wouldn't even need to wait outside, so you can't even relate. Because
he can't relate to that, no way.
All you gotta say is,
you're
I
rich,
want
man.
those,
you can go pay
it.
somebody to stand outside for you, bro.
Or just grab them from the freaking warehouse, man. Like you.
Well, he ain't got that kind of pull.
Man, I'm sure they do. His stylist might.
Cam don't.
His stylist might.
They got the pull for Birkenstock. They get them slides for free. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Well.
But anyway, just to go back to that, it doesn't matter how old you are.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. You can be 70 years old. If you like Jordans, wear Jordans.
Like that one older gentleman that always pops up on my Instagram feed. He's like much older.
It's an old white dude.
Old white dude.
And he be having all the heat.
Fresh though.
He be having all the heat. He has all. Only thing I would say about that is for clicks because he has all the hype beast.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, he's
never nothing like OG. It's all, but he got his own style.
Yeah, I like it.
He got a platform, and like you, and like
he must be in his late 70s.
Yeah,
80s,
that dude is old, but he got style though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it don't matter, bro. It don't matter if you 30. Like, it don't matter if people collect sneakers for different reasons, right? You got different people that collect sneakers because aesthetically they look good. Jordan 4s look dope. They're just aesthetically pleasing shoe. Not a lot of people like 2s, but I do. Jordan 3s are aesthetically dope. 11s, 13s. There's so many that's aesthetically dope that just look good, right? So you got those people that will collect shoes from that standpoint, from that front that, hey, I like the way the shoe looks, right? I like the way the shoe looks. They didn't grow up in the 90s. They don't know about Jordan. They didn't grow up in the Jordan era, so they can't relate to that, but they can look at the shoe and say, oh, that shoe is dope. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I'm not saying that people, as far as Jordans go, that you have to grew up in that era to be able to wear them. I'm not saying that. No, not at all.
That's just how you appreciate
that's where my appreciation derives from. That's where Sean Collar, another one, I call him Big Bro too. Sean Collar in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? And Sean's collection is ridiculous. Like his collection is competing with Jumpman Boston. Like they're in another stratosphere because they still have the shoes from back like in the 80s and 90s when they originally released. Yeah. Right? Where the sole is like literally like crumbling and they still have that. So, hey, that's dope, man. That's what motivated them. And I know both of them are huge Jordan fans, like as a basketball player, like as I am. Right? So that's what spurred their liking for it. That's what spurred my liking. What spurred your liking? Right? Y'all can let us know that in the comments. Like, what started you
We'll put a poll at the end of the podcast or on Spotify so you guys can answer.
Yeah, so what motivated you to collect sneaks if you were a collector? What motivated, if you over 30, do you feel bad about buying sneakers and wearing sneakers? Like when we go out, like we going out right now, today, I'm about to go, J's. I'm about to change clothes and I'm going to get fresh. I'm about to put on some J's or I'm going to put on some sneakers. I ain't about to wear no Birkenstocks. Like I don't have none, but you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go put on some sneaks right now. So it's like, bro, I don't understand where that's coming from. That sounds like a little bit of hate and a little bit of disconnect from the sneaker community, right? that means you're not in the community and you're looking at the community.
You trying to comment
like,
wow,
this old guy wearing J's, right. What's wrong with him?
You trying to comment on something you have nothing to do with. And that's what people's problem nowadays. You comment on things that you ain't got no business commenting on or have no business having an opinion on because you're not part of that. And even if you weren't part of that, there's a way to go about it respectfully.
Yeah, and you're too, and a lot of times people are too lazy to do the research.
Yeah.
Why? Why is they still wearing J's?
Generation.
Right. We were the generation that watched these shoes originally released. That's why we wear them, right? Because this guy is the greatest athlete to ever play, the greatest basketball player to ever play the game of basketball. In my eyes, the greatest athlete, right? To ever play any team sport. He's that guy. He's the pinnacle. He's who everybody wants to be like. The champion, the ultimate champion. So why wouldn't we wear his shoes? That represents in us a piece of a champion, right? Mm-hmm. We all have a piece of champion in us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view it because that's the community, bro. Mm-hmm. So whatever have you, man, we gonna have a part 2 to this, y'all. This was more or less for Lily, so it was a little light, right? Mm-hmm. It was a little light. It wasn't really no shots fired. Buck coming next time. Y'all know it's gonna be some shots fired.
He gonna
come with stats. He gonna come with the receipts. You know, Buck. And it's so dope, right? So I don't know if you're listening to this podcast or watching, check out my last video before this. It's a rant for Nick Wright. I'm sick of Nick Wright, right? I can't stand that guy.
We call him Nick Wrong.
Nick Wrong. Tom Green. If y'all ever seen Freddie Got Fingered, he's the backwards man, bro. He has no identity, right? He just do whatever Clutch Sports tell him to do, or he just try whatever. So Buck heard he watched my video yesterday, right? And we talked on the phone last night. This is Sunday. We're filming this Sunday. This will air tomorrow, which is Monday. So I filmed that video Saturday, and Buck watched it, and he called me right after he watched it, and he's like laughing and stuff. And he's like, yeah, man, this dude, man, he this, that, and the third. So we just kind of sharing our opinions on like, what's wrong with this guy, you know? And then he was like, bro, when you put up the backwards man, because I put a little clip from Freddie Got Fingered when he walking back and forth in the mirror, the backwards man, I'm backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man. I can walk back as fast as you can. I can walk, I did that scene, right? And he was dying. He was like, bro, but when you show him in pictures, because I put pictures up of Nick Wright wearing Jordans, right? He was like, man, when I seen him in them Jordan 12s, man, I started punching the air. He got mad. So it's funny. So man. Wait till Buck come next week, man. Buck will be here the next episode. Also, this is the plan. I just want to kind of let our viewers know a little bit what we got in the making. So in the making, we got maybe about 4 more episodes in this season, right? Mm-hmm. So we're doing a 20 episode season. Next season. Yeah, we got a 20 episode season, and we want to thank all you guys for the love and support, man. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
For the success. We know it's a slow grind, but we have some faithful listeners, and we love you guys very much. Thank you so much. So the next season, we're gonna have a full platform where it's me, Lily, and Buck. Right. Mm-hmm. So we're getting in the works of setting up a new set. It'll be a whole new setup. This setup would be generally just for my YouTube, like shoe reviews and, top 10 of the year, stuff like that. Just individual setup for me. We're getting to a space where we're going to have all 3 of us on camera. We're in the process of getting equipment together. So we're going to take a small, like after the 20th episode in season 1, we're going to take a small break, and that break is going to give us time to get that set up, right? Mm-hmm. To get it set up for you guys. And we're going to start working on season 2. And we're going to start, now that we have a bigger setup, we're going to start having people on. So we're in the works. Shout out to Melody of Comfort, which is owned by my man Tone and his wife Pernisha. And they have a beautiful family. And it's so dope meeting people that's on your same wavelength, where y'all speak the same language. And you genuinely want to see each other win. And so if you're familiar in the Detroit area, they do the merch What Up Doe with the Martin font. It's got kind of the Martin font to it. So they're they're starting to pick up steam here in this area, right? Yeah. In the Detroit metropolitan area. It's so dope. So we're gonna have a special episode where we interview them before the end of this season, and then
that'll kick off season 2.
Yeah, and then season 2, y'all, we gonna start just keep it going, man. So we gonna get a setup going together, and then yeah, man. So I just want to thank all you guys for all the love and support, as I usually do, and I will continue to do. And let y'all know that, hey, we're growing. We're continuing to grow. We're gaining more of an audience, and we appreciate you guys who listen. And then we try to attack topics that's relevant, so you won't be bored. So there'll be, and we add humor to it too. Yeah. So don't, if anybody listens and we're talking about your favorite designer or your favorite athlete, don't take it personal.
Don't do that.
Don't take yourself so serious, So I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, because the things I'm saying is not personal. You feel me? It's out of love, and it's out of protection for this community, right? I am not a gatekeeper. I am not a person that's the chief of staff for the sneaker community, but I'm just
we take it as our duty to defend.
Yeah, I'm just a person that represents the community, and I want to just represent the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say thank you to my beautiful bride for being my co-host today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, but we gotta get out of here, get the kids ready. We're going all the way to Royal Oak, man. God,
that's a drive.
That's a drive. But anyway,
it's for the kids.
It's for the kids. For the kids. For the churn.
For the children.
For them churn. So, all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tapping in, man. Always appreciate the love and support. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Remember, every Monday, 9 a.m., Spotify Podcast and Apple Podcasts and YouTube. You can find the show here, man. So if you want to visually watch us, check us out on YouTube. You can listen on the other 2 platforms, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, every single Monday, 9 a.m., y'all. So thank y'all again. And remember, if you're on your own journey, keep making noise until somebody hear you. Because one day, somebody gonna hear you. And you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You feel me? So I love y'all, man. Y'all stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
Stay ready.
I zoned out a little bit.
Hold on. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Or stay ready so you don't have to be ready.
No,
because you always got to be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because you already ready.
Right.
Ready?
Ready,
set,
ready.
Go.
Yeah.
Love y'all. All right, man. See y'all. Peace.